Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to Trans Gurus. This week we
Hi.
have a really important topic to cover. It's Pride Month. And so we want to talk about how we feel about pride, being in, the LGBTQ family as trans people. And so, before the month is over, we thought we better cover the topic. I guess, we'll start off with one of our panel. Who wants to go first? Who feels like they have something to really say right away?
I can start doing something. Stonewall, we are just coming now to a very important milestone because it is the birthday of Stonewall. And never forget, Stonewall was started by a transgender woman of color. She went to prison for Stonewall, and the whole Pride movement started from there. And I really like, that we go out as transgender part of this movement, and we actually, show ourselves and do something for our community. It is a really good method to start uh, showing ourselves. I would like to tell you as well that there've been some movements in the lately to try to start our own trans pride, which has been started in Miami by Morgan Mayfair, and he's doing a really great job. He's a fantastic person. He's a really great transgender man, and he's been a really big support for our community. And he's been really trying to start this, trans pride, which is a little bit together with pride, but it is just a little bit off, where we can get more transgender people together and talk about our issues and our problems. So this is my what I want to talk about pride. That is my little bit of the. I've done it quite a lot of times, and I enjoyed it a lot.
I love what you had to say, Ella, about, Stonewall and the Stonewall movement and how it was, for the most part, started by trans women of color. Marsha P. Johnson and Sylvia
Absolutely.
Rivera. Yeah, and so I think it's great that finally we're being recognized because what was so horrible about what happened is that we started it, we were there on the front lines, and we were willing to fight. But then what happened is the movement kind of pushed us to the side. So it's great that now, we're being recognized, and those people that started it are being recognized, and we're feeling, at least I'm feeling more a part of the community. So let's see. I always want to call you Shannon. Shannon, Jimmy, what do you have to say?
Pride to me, it it's a sense of community, it's a sense of belonging, it's a sense of brotherhood and sisterhood, it's a sense of family. I know it's got to be maybe 3 years ago, one of the uh, defining moments in my life when was in the Stonewall Parade, as we were talking in Wilton Manors. It was 3 years ago this weekend that I carried the transgender flag during that parade, and I'm tearing up right now. That was very very emotional. Very, it was like, I'm here, I'm here, and that it's there's like defining moments in all our lives when you reach the top of a mountain, and there's a period, there's a moment when like you relish in the emotional satisfaction of arriving at a milestone in our life. And so the pride, it's not just a month, it's an experience, it's a lifetime. It's celebrated during this month, but for me it's a celebration every day. And the you know, it's like our transgender community, you know, we have our own flag, we have our own symbol. So that is like a rallying point. Our flag is like it's a rallying point. It's a sense of focus, and then that brings pride. It's a symbol of who we are, and we can carry that flag proudly. And that's what this means to me. It's deeper. It's deep. It's a sense of, all humans, we need to feel like a sense of belonging. When we belong together, when we're together, we create something far greater than ourselves. And being a part of the transgender community, the LGBT church I go to here in Fort Lauderdale, the Sunshine Cathedral, which is the largest LGBT church in the world, I'm proud to go there, and those are my brothers and sisters in the pew, and I feel like I'm with my family, my community. There's a sense of love, there's a sense of oneness, and that provides like a warmth that all humans, we need, that sense of warmth, that sense of belonging, that sense that like I'm getting emotional again. We're part of a family, and that just gives us a feeling of oneness, of completeness and warmth, and it's important that all of us feel that. And for me, this is what all this means.
Oh my
Raji.
God. Yes, you know, Jimmy, that's so powerful because I always say, like, I've been a part of a number of different prides, and I always say on that day, the unity is strong and you can really feel it. And, you know, I think it was last year, the year before, I was walking, and, you know, you could feel like people speaking to each other, LGBTQ people together in unity, you know, being proud. And I always said, God, I wish this day, like this feeling and this day could, you know, be throughout the year, because that's the day when I feel like we're really, truly family. And so for me, you know, I've gone to prides from when I was in my early 20s all the way up to now. And I'll speak for myself, but I think a lot of LGBTQ people can relate to this, where growing up, there's a shame that comes with being who you are. For me, you know, when you have your family telling you what you are is wrong, your community telling what you are is wrong, the world saying what you are and what you feel is wrong, there's shame in that. And I remember, like, as a young adult, starting to go to the gay clubs. I mean, the gay clubs back then were very inconspicuous. It would be like one door on a side street. So it was always this sense of hiding, like you had to hide. And so as the years have gone on, that hiding, you know, that sense of hiding and the shame that a lot of us live with, I think little by little has been chipped away. Because when I went to a pride when I was like 23 in New York, the New York Pride, you know, to today, to last year, I should say to last pride in June 2019, big difference. It took all those years, but it's almost like I went from the shame to the pride, you know, like finally being able to like embrace who I am. And, you know, it happened gradually, little by little by little. And so that to me is what pride's about. But I am curious to hear what Madame Bonbon has to say. What do you have to say, Bonnie?
Well, when I transitioned back late 70s, early 80s, there was no such thing really as pride. I mean, for me. And there was the shame. So I just wanted to not be public, be stealth, whatever that you want to call it. And I always, all those years, tried to not be noticed or not be recognized or just try to blend where maybe, I mean, you know, people may have known whatever, but what I'm trying to say is I didn't try to like say I'm trans and I'm proud. And only in the last probably 3 years, 4 years, where I started to go to some groups and started meeting trans people. And I kind of lived in the cis world because just, you know, things have come so far. So, and like for people now that are transitioning, there's meetings, there's this, there's that. In my time, when I transitioned, you went to the gay bar and you hung out with the drag queens. And that's where you found out where to get your hormones, what doctors to go to, this. We didn't have meetings. We didn't have a lot of the stuff like we have here. And also a lot back then, the trans community where I was, when I transitioned out in San Francisco, then moved to Tampa, the gays didn't necessarily accept the trans as part of the pride. It was more like the gays and you were an outsider. And so therefore I avoided a lot of stuff. Whereas nowadays, you know, we're can feel good about ourselves, feel proud, feel like, you know, we are part of the community. Like there's nothing wrong with us. It's okay to be trans. It's okay that I am who I am. I don't have to keep it hidden and hide and feel all the shame and the guilt and everything else that comes with it. So yeah, it's only been probably 3 to 4 years that I've actually been able to embrace anything to do with the pride, as well as embrace myself as transgender and feel good about it, and like not have to feel like, you know. So yeah, I'm elated that things have gotten better. I'm elated that I'm able to be part of it now. And a lot of it has to do with maybe where I lived and different things, or maybe I didn't seek out certain things, but in the last 4 years, my life is different. And yeah, that's kind of it. You know, I'm very proud to be a part of the whole community at this point because I feel like I fit.
Wow. Thank you so much, Bonnie, for that. Because, you know, it's funny. I always say LGBTQ support group, honey. And in my day, there was none of that, you know?
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. People don't understand. You know?
I know. We had to
My
find our own way. Jimmy?
my feeling on this is that, like Raji was saying, we've gone from the shadows to the spotlight. And in my own journey, I've never been ashamed of who I am. I think that we need a complete human needs to honor who they are. And when we honor ourselves, we will be honored. And in my experience as a transgender human being, I consider transgender people to be a gift. We have a very unique view of the world. We have a very unique way of thinking. Our makeup as a human is very unique, very rare, and that I think makes us special. And how I know how I think, how I negotiate through the world. Being transgender is actually an asset. It provides me abilities and talents that other people don't have, and I'm able to harness these unique abilities and talents to not only benefit myself, but the world in general.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Right.
Oh my God. Yeah, Ella, did you want to say anything, Ella, before we wrap it up?
I'd just like to add something, and I think it's very important because when we talk about pride, we are talking about as well a remembrance that, you know, what the LGBTQ people suffered, because don't forget in the 60s and 50s, if you were catched by the police with women's clothes as a man, you'd probably go to jail. And because of many countries, you would go to jail because you were gay. And in some countries, even today, there's still the death penalty for being gay. We should not forget that. And that is part of the pride because, you know, LGBTQ people have suffered a long time, and some of us are still suffering.
Wow. I tell you, it's such an honor to sit on a panel with you wise women because, each and every one of us, we certainly have our story. We've been here on the planet for a while. We've lived life. We've been through some things. So we certainly have our stories. And we have come a long way. Thank God. I mean, sometimes I have to pinch myself because I can't believe that I lived to see these better days. And, Ella, I think it's so powerful that you mentioned about other parts in the world because as we progress in our civil rights movement, we can't forget the other areas in the world where people are struggling from day to day. It's like, in many cases, it's a death situation where, you can be arrested and imprisoned and even put to death. So, we can't forget. We can't forget that. Mm-hmm.
And don't forget, many of the people which are viewing this right now actually are from all over the world. We've got people from Australia, we've got people from South Africa, we've got people from all over the world which are listening to Transgurus.
Because we are international, baby. And
yes, we are.
And before closing, I just want to piggyback on what Jimmy said. That no matter who you are, trans, heterosexual, black, white, rich, poor, young, old, no matter who you are as human beings, we all need to be able to embrace, our authentic being and be who we are in this world. So,
absolutely.
On that note, during this Pride weekend, I just want to wish everyone out there around the world a happy Pride and stand with your head up high and keep moving forward because the important thing that I feel is to remember is that if you were born into existence, you have a birthright. You are here for a divine reason and a divine purpose. So hold on to that, no matter how hard things may get. Any of you girls or dolls?
The Supreme Court said that we are humans, so.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, anyway, thanks for watching another Trans Guru show, and we'll see you again sometime soon. Love, peace.
Bye. Bye, everybody.
And many blessings. Yeah, bye.
Bye.